What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. So today we got two different topics that we're going to be discussing. First is about something that you really should not be doing currently in the game because it can get you banned. Yeah, it's not good. And the second one is a little bit more lighthearted. It's about Morty. We got a little bit more information about him, so we'll start with the first topic. And the first topic is modding. Now, this was posted in Discord as a warning. So this person here says that another streamer / content creator was given a copyright strike after sharing footage of modded Multiversus gameplay, which makes 2 reported incidents now. So they basically kind of go on to state like, hey, Multiversus is kind of against modding. And when I say Multiversus, it's definitely more on the WB side of things. It seems like Tony and Player First Games are totally cool with it. So it's getting people in a lot of trouble. So as of right now, if you are messing around with mods, if you're using them online, if you're sharing footage, whatever you are doing with it, highly recommend to stop doing that right now because, I mean, you don't want to get permabanned, do you? Like, nobody wants. Like, we're all loving Multiverses right now, and there's the future's so bright for this game. There's a lot more to come. Season 1's like on the horizon, so yeah, you don't want to risk it. So if you do it at your own risk. But yeah, you are risking it here. So and like to expand upon this just a little bit. So my 2 cents on the whole modding topic. Like, I don't mind if it's a harmless mod, like it's literally drag and drop a file, like it's not hurting anybody. If it's just like you're swapping character skins and it's just like a different character, nothing else gets changed, like sure, go for it, like have fun with it. But you know, I mean, if it's not hurting anybody, then it's not hurting anybody. But at the same time, it can get really, really dangerous because there can be some very creative people out there. Sure, it might only look like they're modding in just a skin for fun, but once people start getting their hands on Multiverses and really understanding how it works, then they can start doing very slight alterations that you might not notice in game until you start going, wait a minute, that looks really weird. So like they could do a character skin, for example, and they could end up making the hitbox for moves or the hurt box on the characters. They could make them a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, and then that's where the real issue comes into play. So I understand where WB is coming from when they're kind of like saying, hey, don't mod our stuff. But at the same time, if it's stuff that's not hurting the game, then I don't know. It is a tricky situation. It's a tricky spot, but Tony actually chimed in here a little bit, and he says that he'll have a deeper discussion about what's going on with the team that manages this, and he'll get back to us. So again, this is more of a WB thing, it seems, than a Player First Games. Again, Player First Games is not owned by Warner Brothers. Player First Games is just using Warner Brother IPs. So I can understand Warner Brothers saying, hey, don't mess with our properties. I can understand that. But again, going flip side, if it's not hurting anything, then let us have some fun with it, right? So it's a double-edged sword, so to speak. I get both sides of the coin here, but hopefully this can be resolved in a good manner, and hopefully this doesn't drag out forever and become like a really big issue. But as of right now, modding, very, very frowned upon. So if you're doing it, I would suggest stop doing that because there's a chance that you could get permabanned from this game, and we don't want that to happen. Now let's move into a little bit more of the lighthearted, fun sort of news. So we mentioned a little bit earlier that Morty and Season 1 is right around the corner. So we don't really know too much about Morty now, do we? We know that he's a bruiser from the official website. We know that he's coming out, or that he should be coming out day 1 of Season 1. But other than that, what do we really know about him? I think Tony has told... I was about to say Rick. Wow, I'm really in a Rick and Morty mindset. But Tony has told us like one thing about Morty, that he's going to use a plumbus. But we got a little bit more information here. So Tony does actually tell us here, for those that are wondering, Morty is labeled as expert. Now, what that is going to mean is once Morty drops into the game, if you want to unlock him, it's going to cost you 3,000 gold. If you don't know, character unlock prices go by, I believe, 3 different levels, kind of like the easier characters. I think like Shaggy, for example, is like a recommended character, and he costs, I think, 1,500. Then you have like middle of the pack characters. Why can't I think it, like Superman? Maybe I think Superman might be like 2,000. But you got different tier levels, and then the expert characters, they cost 3,000. So if you want Morty, you better save up 3,000 gold for once he does officially drop into the game. I mean, I'm definitely going to be doing that. Maybe I even use a character unlock ticket. If you have those still work. Anybody that bought those from the any of the Founders Packs, character unlock tickets, that'll work as well. But if you don't have the tickets, 3,000 gold is what it's going to cost you to unlock him once he becomes available. And that leads to like a little bit of a follow-up question by somebody in the community here, where they kind of ask Tony, why is he an expert character? How can you make such a basic character so complicated then? But I kind of like this idea, or the response that Tony gives, where he said, I don't know. We just kind of went down this road and couldn't stop. The reason I like that response is it does show that they have pretty much like maybe not 100% creative freedom, but they really can have freedom with how characters are going to play in the game. It's not like they have to stick to a very strict or specific idea for the character. It sounds like, hey, we have an idea and one thing kind of led to another, and he kind of turned into a character that you might understand some references where his moveset and stuff comes from, but maybe play style wise, maybe it's not exactly what you think, and it will take a little bit more of a, there might be a little bit of a learning curve for the character. So I like that response. Again, it shows the creative freedom that they do have for these characters, which I really like. So it allows player first games to take literally any character that they possibly can have and just have some fun with it. And if they can have fun making the character, I'm sure we're gonna have fun as a community playing those characters. So this is kind of cool. And one final thing here, I guess it's technically 2, kind of, but the last thing here about Morty, information wise, is Tony tells us Morty likes orange juice and the plumbus, which is good because, one, I've always wondered how they make a plumbus into a moveset. I've always wondered that, right? And then what does a plumbus even do? Like, we've seen the process that it gets made, right? Got to do something with the chumbles and I forget the rest of it, but that's kind of cool. Plumbus will be a part of Morty's moveset, I'm guessing. Maybe it's a part of a taunt, that could be. But the orange juice, oh boy, I can't believe they went there. Maybe the orange juice, maybe Morty just drinking the orange juice. Anybody that's seen Rick and Morty, you know what this is a reference to. You know the episode this is a reference to. The start of it, they visit like a space pawn, PAWN shop, and Morty finds a very interesting robot, and so he has fun with that robot, and then he comes down to drink some orange juice. I just can't believe they're gonna put this as a reference. That's so cool. I love that. So but what if orange juice is like the mechanic for Morty? What, like, he needs to drink the orange juice to stay replenished or power up? I don't know. That's sounding weird. That is sounding weird, but I can't believe they threw that in there for a reference. That's gonna be cool. But either way, that is all that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, modding, if you're doing it, if you're sharing it with anybody else, maybe hold off on that for the time being, because, bans are happening. But Morty sounds, we got a little bit more info on him, so that's always good. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.